Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I am Ashfaq. Today we will build a complete Azure DevOps YAML CI/CD pipeline in which if any change happens to the GitHub repository, it will build the Docker image, it will push that Docker image to the ACR, and then it will deploy the resources on the Azure Kubernetes services AKS cluster using that image. So let's start building our pipeline. So this is my Azure DevOps organization. You can refer to this video on how to set up the uh, first time organization and how to get approved your parallelism request. If I go to my organization setting and I go to agent pools, so this is the Microsoft hosted agent pool, and you can see in my account it is disabled because I'm using the self-hosted agent. You can refer to this video on how to set up the self-hosted agent on the local Windows machine, and this agent is installed on this local Windows machine. And note one thing here, I have installed this agent as a service to my local system, and if I go to properties of this service, log on, so it is selected to local system account so that it can communicate with the local desktop also. And the Docker build will happen on this local system, so I have installed the Docker desktop also on this local system. You can refer to this video on how to install the Docker desktop on the Windows system. Link of all these three videos are present in the description. Okay, so first task is to create the ACR. I will go to my Azure portal, container registries, create container registry. I don't have any resource group, so I will click on create new. I will give the name. I will give the registry name. My lab ACR 24, and this name should be globally unique. Pricing plan, I will select basic. Next, 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 and create. Okay, so ACR has been created. I will go to ACR, I will go to access keys, and I will click here admin user. Okay, next task is to create the AKS cluster. So I will go to this option, Kubernetes services, create a Kubernetes cluster. I will select my resource group. Cluster preset configuration, I will select dev test. I will give the name to the cluster, my lab hyphen cluster. Availability zone, I will keep none. Pricing tier, I will select free. Next. So this would be our node pool, and node count would be 2 to 5. Next. I will not change anything on this page. I will go to next, and under the integration container registry, I will select my ACR in the drop down. I will untick the alerting. Next. 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 Create. AKS cluster creation also completed. On the Azure DevOps portal, I will create the project. Visibility public, because I'm using the self-hosted agent. Okay, so I will just quickly go to project setting and create two service connections. Create service connection. First one I would like to create for the GitHub. Grant authorization. Here I will select Azure Pipelines and I will click here on authorize. I am already logged into GitHub. This is my GitHub repository. So it has taken the credentials from there. Connection name I will give. I will tick here grant access permission to all pipelines and I will click on save. I will again click on new service connection. This time I will select Azure Resource Manager because I want to create the service connection for my Azure portal. service principal automatic. Next, I will log into my Azure portal. I will select my resource group. I will give the name to my connection. I will again take here grant access permission to all pipelines. Save. Okay, so both the service connections has been created. I will go to my project. I will go to pipelines, create pipeline. I will select this option, GitHub YAML. I will select my repository and under the configure tab, I will select this option, deploy to Azure Kubernetes service. I will select my subscription. I will log into my Azure portal. Cluster, I will select my AKS cluster. Namespace, I will select existing and in the drop down, I will select default namespace. Container registry, I will select my container registry in the drop down and image name, I will give Tetris game. Service port 80, I will click here, validate and configure. Okay, so I am using my self-hosted agent, so I need to make few changes in this YAML pipeline. First of all, I will comment this option. This would be our image name. Pool, I will give name default because our self-hosted agent is in default agent pool. Here again I will define my agent pool. Remaining things I will keep as it is. I will click on save and run. It is going to upload 3 files in my GitHub repository. One would be Azure pipeline and remaining two are the manifest file. If I go to my GitHub repository, so you can see here there is no Azure pipeline file present here, and there is no manifest directory also present in my repository. I will click on save and run. I will approve the build stage. I will approve the deploy stage. Okay, so deploy stage also completed. If I go to my GitHub repository and do the refresh here, so you can see here Azure pipelines.yaml file has been uploaded and manifest folder also created, which is having two YAML file, two manifest file. One is for deployment and one is for service. If I go to my Azure portal and go to container registry, my container registry repositories. So this is the image which has been pushed to the Azure container registry. And if I go to my local system, so this is the image which was created in my local system and it was pushed to the ACR. And on the Azure portal, if I go to Kubernetes cluster, workloads, so this is the deployment created in the default namespace. If I go to services and ingress, so this is the service created for my deployment and this is the external IP of the service because we have deployed the load balancer through the service. If I browse this IP, so this is my application.
Let's play some Tetris, motherfucker.
Fuck it all, fuck it all. Don't give a shit anymore.
Everything has been set up. Now it's time to verify our CI/CD pipeline. So this is my GitHub repository and I'm connected to my remote repository via bash get bash from my local system. So if I go to my application, so the color of let's play is green. I will go ahead and change it to white and we will see it triggers the pipeline or not and the changes appears on the application or not. So I'm inside my repository of the code, I will open this file in Nano Editor and I will search here let's. So here is the let's play and you can see here color is green. I will make it white. I will save this file, Control O and enter to write out, Control X to exit. I will now push the changes to the remote repository. Okay, so if I go to my pipeline and do the refresh here, so you can see here it has triggered the automatic. Build stage completed. Now it's in deploy stage. Deploy stage also completed. If I go to my application and do the refresh here, so you can see the color has been changed to white.
Let's play some Tetris, motherfucker.
Which means our CI/CD pipeline is working perfectly. And for every build, it sends the notification also over the email. On my email, if I do the refresh, email notification may take some time to reach. This was the email received for my previous build. Like this, it sends the email notification on every build. By this way, you can create the complete automated Azure DevOps YAML pipeline. Any change on the GitHub repository will trigger the pipeline automatically, and you will see the changes appearing on the application, which is being deployed on the Azure Kubernetes services cluster. You can fork my repository and practice this complete project, but you should create the your own branch because you cannot commit on the main branch. If you face any challenges during the practicing this project, you can ask me in the comment section. I will definitely reply to your query. Hope you find this video helpful. A lot of effort went behind this video, so do subscribe to my channel to encourage my work. Like the video Share this video with the friends and spread the knowledge. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.